In about 20 minutes, I'm probably gonna have to go move my car. But other than that, all right. Nope, that's the wrong button. Hello, friends and fiends. Welcome to Bugs Need Heroes, a podcast where an artist and an entomologist team up to illustrate the inspiring abilities of insects by creating bug-themed superheroes. I'm Amanda.
I'm Kelly.
Producer Derek and Zots are also here. Before we get started creating this bug-inspired hero, what's bugging you, Kelly?
Well, my building is it's getting all the water redone, the pipes and stuff. It's an older building, and so my leasing office hired an outside company to come in, and they have to come into our bathrooms, and they made like kind of a huge mess, which is really irritating. And somehow my husband came home one evening, and there was water all over the bathroom floor.
Oh, geez.
I don't know what they were doing in there and why they just left it like that. The bottom of our hamper has mold on it now because it was sitting in water for who knows how long. And the worst part, we have wood tile flooring. All the floor right outside of the bathroom, probably like 5 feet by, I don't know, 3 or 4 feet, all bubbled.
Yeah,
all bubbled
that's a
and buckled.
big area.
It's like a wave. Our wood looks like a wave now, and it's dangerous to walk
because it
on.
sat in water for probably a whole work day.
Yeah, because no one was
That's
home.
wild. Whoever did our house is old, so it's been, done and redone several times. But before us, whoever did it, yeah, the bathroom is wood, and I'm like, what are you people thinking?
Why would you put wood in
There
the
is a
bathroom?
reason why
This is
people
like right outside our bathroom.
right, but this is
Yeah.
ours is like the hallway goes straight into the bathroom, no delineation between the two, and I'm like,
I think
this
my friend's house is kind of like that too. It's an older house.
it what like there's a reason why people tile bathrooms, people, and it has to do with water. So yeah, there's some significant gappage between some of the floorboards where it's been warped for years of wetness.
The bigger issue is the leasing office is going to come replace our floors, but they don't have the old floor anymore. So they're going to have to replace
all
the entire floor of at least the common area of our apartment. We have stuff.
Yeah.
We've been living here for probably 15 years.
Oh wow.
And we've been here a long time. The maintenance guy comes in, he's like, "You guys have accumulated a lot of things since you've been living here." And I'm like, "Yeah, we've been here for over a decade. We got stuff." So
I don't come into your house and talk about all the junk you've collected, sir.
You know what it is, living in an apartment building, we live with a lot of folks who are here from other countries. And so they don't stay, they might stay for a year or two and go back to their home country. They're here on work visas or whatever. So their apartments are all pretty like minimal.
Right.
We've lived here forever, and I would like to get a house eventually, but
I put my stuff down.
We just have stuff. Yeah. Yeah, we have accumulated things. But all that's gonna have to at least a lot of it's gonna have to be moved into like either of the bedrooms. They said they can move big furniture for us, like move it, put the floors down, put the furniture back. But
you're still gonna have to play like those little shift puzzles where you have to like the one red square out, like with your house, with your life.
With my entire living room and hallway and closets. We have like huge closets. The floor is gonna have to go in. Yeah, so I'm not looking forward to
I hope they're charging that company for the floor.
Absolute nightmare. They should, because they did it. And yeah, so none of it is my building's fault. It's this outside company. And I appreciate that they're not going to raise our rent after giving us the floor upgrade.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure they want to, because it's not our fault.
Right.
But it's just going to be like a big hassle.
Yeah.
We were going to clean. I told my husband, I'm like, we should, really clean and get rid of stuff we don't need to make the process easier. And,
this is your chance.
Yeah, and here's the chance to
look through your
really
box
good.
and say, do we really need all of these 15-year-old socks that we got when we moved in?
Yeah, I'm really good about throwing stuff away that I don't use, and he is not. So yeah, it's a little hard. So we'll see. And all that while I'm teaching and writing my dissertation. It's just it's just
It's happening. It's happening for
it's
you.
happening. It's all up here.
Yeah. Well, I had the rare
What's fucking you,
occasion.
Amanda?
My children were not in the house last night. They went to grandmama's house, which, you know, you'd think would ease my sleep, but did not, because this is the first time the children haven't been home at night since we got the cat. And she was
Oh boy.
losing her mind. Where are the babies? My babies. Because she sleeps with them. And I don't see her at night most of the time. Sometimes she'll come down and spend a little bit of time with us, but a lot of times the kids go to bed and she's up there with them. And a lot of times I'll come up to check on the kids and she's in one or other of their beds. And
that's so cute.
It's
really
but
sweet.
They were not home last night and she was losing it. She was like, excuse me. She's also, I don't know. I Googled this. Why do cats like meow at night? The sun goes down and she is meow.
Howling at the moon.
Meow. Meow. I'm like, what is bothering you? They're like, nothing has changed since daytime except now it's nighttime. Like, what is happening? Which meow. But last night it had a very like, excuse me, have you noticed that the children are not here? Like tone to it. It was. I finally got her to like, lay down with me at like
frantic.
Yeah, like 2 a.m. She was like waking me up, like, excuse me, the children.
Finally, she wants to know where her little people are. Yeah,
right.
where are the
like
small
I said,
humans?
It was the first time it's happened since we
got
got her. So in the month we've had her, she's always had the babies. And
did she sleep with you and Cody?
She slept.
Or did she still sleep in one of their beds?
She eventually came and slept with me. About 2 a.m. I opened my eyes and she was right there. That's
right in your face.
She likes to sleep right there. She's very much a lap cat. I think she'd be very happy like in a retirement home if we hadn't snatched her up. But like she'd be a really good retirement home cat because she just wants to like sit in laps and chase laser pointers. And what she really likes is string. She's like string obsessed.
Oh yeah, Finn loves string.
Yeah, never had a cat so obsessed with string. Like we got a balloon for Valentine's Day and she was like, give me that string on that balloon. Give it to me. So
well, Finn has learned that he wants to be in my lap when I'm on the computer. And he's not a lap boy because he's missing that rear leg.
Right, he can't.
So he can't just like get up. So it's and he's not comfortable sitting in my lap,
right,
because he feels unstable, sort of.
Yeah.
Well, now he wants to be on my lap, and because he can't quite figure out how to jump into my lap properly, he hooks his little front fingies into my thigh and pulls himself up, and it hurts.
It hurts.
And then it's so painful. Yeah.
I don't know if I've told this story on the podcast before, but I had a very old cat. It was our childhood cat, and she just kept on trucking along. She was probably 18, 19 by the time she died. She was old. But she couldn't jump those last few years because she was a little grandma cat. And I was playing the old video game Left 4 Dead, which is a zombie game, a horror game,
love it.
blah blah blah.
Love that game.
But I'm playing it like alone in the middle of the night. This is back when people had computer rooms, if that tells you what era we're in. Yeah. I didn't have my own computer. I was playing on the computer downstairs in the main part of the house. It's dark, it's quiet. There's a witch in the game. There's like a zombie that plays a song when it's nearby, when it's spawned, and you have to find it via this song. So I'm like trying to find the witch. It's been several minutes. Where is she? Because if you find her, she jumps at you. Again, a horror game. Well, I'm playing. Where's the witch? And then into my thigh comes 2 tiny little hooky hands to pull herself up into my lap, as she often does. But I'm freaking out because it's the middle of the night, and I screamed, and I was like, "Whoa!" And I'm sure I scared the bejeebers out of her the way she scared out of me. And I just turned the computer off, picked up the cat, and went to bed because I was like, "That's enough of this.
Done.
We're done. We're done."
Well, now he comes over and he will scratch at my leg, so I'll pick him up, and put him in my lap, but he's like 15 pounds. So
he's a big
he's
boy.
so big. And he puts my leg to sleep. But I appreciate that now he wants to like,
Right.
you know, he likes to watch me play video games. Any movement on the screen, he's real into it. So it's funny. But I'm glad Marvel. I'm sorry, actually. Sorry, Marvel was concerned for the babies. And what a cat mom move right there. What
big cat mom energy coming from her. And like she's very desensitized to the antics of the children. But even a cat can only put up with so much. And apparently her limit was them not being in their beds last night. How dare you? I saw bug time.
You don't know what we're covering.
I don't even know what we're covering. It's all been very mysterious. I've asked and been told to mind my own business. Not really.
Producer Derek is a terrible master sometimes.
I've been dealing with this my whole life, Kelly. You don't even know. So I was just told it is a beetle, and
yes,
I would find out the rest upon arrival. And here I am.
Well, yeah, I think there are some bugs we cover, and it's okay for you to like know about it.
My preconceived notions,
because it's probably, especially bugs you've heard of already.
Right.
It's okay, but this one I don't think you know of. Have you heard of the Devil's Coach horse beetle?
No, but killer band name, I gotta say.
My album name?
Yeah. Welcome tonight live, one night only. The
Devil's Coach horse beetle.
The horse. Wow. Say it again for me one more time.
Devil's Coach horse beetle. It's kind of a tongue twister.
Beetle.
Also called the Devil's Footman or Devil's Coachman.
So a lot of
yeah.
So a lot of horse imagery, but beetle. I'm already on board. I already want to. I want to
into it,
right? Like a winged carriage, black and thorny, being pulled by a giant beetle. I'm already there.
My first thought was like Victorian horse and buggy pulled by beetles, like horrifying beetles. They're pretty cool. They're in the rove beetle family, so they're active predators. They kind of roam along the top of the soil. There's around 55,000 species of rove beetle.
I was like, only 55? Oh, never mind. Thousands.
Yeah, tricked you. A little pause there. We know now that order Coleoptera, which is all the beetles, is a biggie. The biggie. Okay, so this species, God, it's so long, the Devil's Coach horse beetle. It's going to kill me to say that whole name the whole episode. The Devil's Coach horse beetle. Adults are pretty long. They've got long bodies and abdomens, and they are noted, like all rove beetles, have teeny tiny elytra. Amanda, do you remember what the elytra are?
So the elytra are what this is where I fall away from the entomologist and my expert opinion of no doubt. But like the elytra is the hard outer wings that protect the delicate inner wings.
Right.
And apparently the elytra are considered wings also, and that's how bugs have 4 wings sometimes. And I think that's
You're mad about it.
I don't think that should count. I think it should be a different thing. Like I get that, like, meh, but like it's not wings anymore, you guys. If you had to come up with a different name for it, it's not wings anymore.
It's not wings.
Anyway.
Fair. I think fair assessment, Amanda. But they have like these little tiny half elytra that only cover the thorax. So they look a little bit, I think they look a little, you know what they look like? A Victorian short cape.
Oh, a jaunty cape. Yes.
That's what it reminded me of. I think all like the devil imagery really like Victorian stuck out in my mind. It's stagecoach and everything. But yeah, so all rove beetles have these little half elytra. Do we have a photo, Derek, in the Discord to show Amanda kind of what this adult looks like? We'll get that. And they're about, Adults are around 2 to 3.2 centimeters. So about,
Oh
see,
yeah,
look at the short little wings.
yeah, like a little crop top. It like doesn't quite cover the wings. There's like a good little chunk of wings still out. I think you failed to realize what the elytra was for here, buddy. Um,
Yeah, the wings are really folded. They're folded up under that
yeah.
short elytra to protect it.
That's amazing to me.
But
Like we've seen a couple of bugs now where like they get out the wings and it's like has to origami unfold all these
yeah,
wings.
this is kind of that situation. They're like oddly folded under
Yeah.
it. I think ladybugs have a
Yeah,
similar
yeah.
situation. Their wings are
Ladybugs.
longer than the body.
We've talked about it with a couple who I think anything that has these elytra pretty much have to fold it up under
There's a lot of
there.
folding going on,
Whereas
but
like
this one is
butterfly
like
doesn't
really
fold up.
folded.
Yeah, this one is like it's folded up there. It just doesn't it's like when you have too many t-shirts in your drawer and like one or two of them just like are stopping the drawer from closing. You're like, oh well, I'm just gonna leave it because I'll wear these t-shirts for the next couple days and it'll this problem will fix itself.
Oh, I got so frustrated. I broke my IKEA drawer. It's
Not
got
the drawers.
it's got that little like separating piece up
Mm,
top between drawers, and it's kind of flimsy, and I forced it and I just snapped it. But you know
yeah.
what?
It's
IKEA furniture.
it's
I
cheap
got what I
furniture
deserved.
for a reason.
Yeah. So they've got these like little short capes going on. I can picture it with a little top hat. That's how ridiculous this beetle has been in my mind while going over it. But they're pretty large. Like I said, they top out at around 3.2 centimeters, which is 1.3 inches.
He's
So
still a hardy bug.
hardy, yeah. They're the biggest rove beetles in the UK, and they're native to Europe and North Africa. They have been introduced here, but only in the Pacific Northwest.
No,
Uh,
that's
so
me.
they, it's you, Oregon, Washington, and I think there was a third state, California,
Right.
probably. Yeah,
What is
but
California but lower Oregon, really?
ooh, is that a oh coming for you, California?
I mean, I just
Or
feel like California doesn't really start till about halfway down California. You know what I mean?
mm,
Like, not till you hit like the major coastal cities. Then it's really California. And I'm
so
sure that the Californians are coming for me. But guess what? You guys were coming up here anyway. So
oh, so much beef here on the podcast between Oregon
it's
and
well,
California.
maybe you don't know this because you're over there. And maybe you have a similar thing. California uh just infects all the states around it. Infects is a strong word. But like you can't throw a rock without finding somebody who used to live in California, in Oregon, or Idaho, or Nevada, or even
Oh,
Washington.
okay.
It's just there's a lot of people in California, and not all of them stay in California. And it seems like they all seem to go like one state over. Like, look at this uninhabited land I found. You're like, no, excuse me,
Oh,
that's our
I don't
forest.
I don't know if we have a similar thing here, other than like everyone from the north ends up in Florida to
Really? Oh,
retire.
mm-hmm.
That's probably a similar
Gonna
thing
go play
for the
dominoes.
Northeast.
And
Yeah, gotta be where it's warm.
I don't get
And these little guys though, they're found more in like fairly temperate zones.
that's me then.
Yeah, so that's you guys. Have you ever seen one? No,
I mean, if I did, I
or
would.
any kind of rove beetle with the tiny little elytra.
I feel like I must have because I have turned over many a rock in my day, but I
Hmm.
probably just thought it was some sort of earwig situation because it kind of has a similar body
It's got the
type.
long
Yeah,
plated abdomen.
the plated abdomen that
Yeah,
like is a little bit flexible. Because
it's very
we talked
flexible.
about with
Yeah.
earwigs how they would like whip that booty around and get you. And I
That's what these guys do. They
oh,
whip it
the great!
up.
I'm ahead of the game.
Yeah.
I've learned about
Yeah, they
bugs.
they whip that abdomen up over their heads,
Over
in a
their head. So
threatening posture, like a C, like
so it's like
yeah.
scorpion style.
Yep, yeah, like a scorpion.
But
Just like a scorpion.
I'm not seeing much in the way of
No.
weaponry if they do that.
There's they have two like white spots on like kind of the underside, and those are glands and they smell.
Okay,
They just
okay,
launch a stink on you. That's all.
Oh, I don't want to stink, so that works well enough for me.
And they have pretty gnarly jaws, so if they bite, it's quite painful. From what I've heard, I've never been bitten by a rove beetle of any kind, but you know, we've gone over that. I generally don't get bitten or stung by things. I don't know why. It just doesn't happen. But I've read that they're pretty gnarly. Yeah, so you're right. They do like this little like C flip over their head, release this gnarly funk from these glands, and then hopefully a predator will leave them alone. And if they don't, they have some mean pinchers on the front of their mouths, front of the heads.
So is the chompers are their major source of defense?
Yeah, yeah, they're pretty chompy. Same thing with the larvae. Larvae look fairly similar to adults, long-bodied, same big chompies, active predators, which is cool. So they're like running along the forest floor, eating any kind of invertebrate or even earthworms that they come across. I love like an active predator that's just roaming, looking for food.
Always a threat.
Yeah, like the little tiger, you know, on the forest floor, looking for food. Bump the mic, sorry. But what's really weird about these guys, Amanda? And I hate to call it weird because nothing is weird. Everything is just doing the best it can. Is both the larvae and adults, when they're feeding, form something called a bolus. Have you heard this term before?
I feel like I have, but I don't want to embarrass myself. So I'll let you tell me what it is and then confirm or deny whether I was correct.
Sure. So insects have they have different parts of the gut. So they have like a foregut, a midgut, and a hindgut. I think a lot of invertebrates have this. And the foregut is kind of where you put the food in there, and then it starts the digestion process. And some animals, just like ruminants, which have like a similar foregut situation, you get the food in there, you mix it with some digestive enzymes, and then you spit it back out and you chew it some more, like a cow chewing cud.
Right.
And that's what these guys do. Yeah.
Ew. so he takes a bite, chomp chomp, and swallows it. I assume that bugs swallow
Gets it to
things.
the foregut. Yeah.
Get to the foregut. I don't want to use the word ruminate.
Covers it.
Ruminates down in there. It gets nasty, and then he spits it back out to chew it
Goes
again.
back up to chew it again. Yeah. So they can't digest solids. It's got to be a liquid. So they're just trying to liquefy as much of the nutrients coming out of the prey animal as possible.
If these
so
guys
it's like
invented
a
blenders, it'd be over for the
like
rest of
eating
us.
cow.
Just a tiny little cow on the forest floor.
And herbivorous insects have this too. Crickets, grasshoppers, they have a foregut and a crop actually that's kind of breaking stuff down before it goes into the rest of the system, the mid and hind gut. But with a predator like this, they really like need to just get it down to juices, and they'll leave behind exoskeletons, worm skin, anything solid that isn't going to give them nutrients and can't really be liquefied.
So they're not
properly.
like doing the spider thing, right? Like you hear spiders, where they like
inject,
yeah, right, and liquefy the inside and then slurp it down like a Slurpee. They're
No,
just
they can't do that.
manipulating it manually until it becomes
mastication. They're masticating to chew and to
This does
break
not
down.
feel
And they
like an
get
efficient system. This feels like you're wasting a lot of time chewing, dude. Like, so a related segue. So flies, I've always heard that they like spit up on food first. Is that to
Yep.
avoid the foregut situation?
Yeah, they may have a less a less complex stomach system, gut system. So they just can start the digestion process on outside of their body, and then they slurp it up.
Gross.
This is where I wish listeners could see your face when
describing. I really need to make like icons of like my like standard reactions, just like didn't like that, and start making like those little animated TikToks. It's on my list of things to do. But
for YouTube, just throw them in.
Yeah, exactly. So does he eat the bolus himself, or is she, her mommy, daddy, feeding the bolus to larvae?
Oh no, that's just for them. They're
okay. So it's not a parent thing either.
No, there's no parental care. The female beetle lays her eggs like under moss or cow manure, and gets the heck out of there. She's done.
What's that word? There's some word for it in mammals, like capo herbivore or something. It basically means like
coprophagy. That's just to eat poop.
Yes. Because I always think about like koalas. They like do a thing.
Oh, this is different. They're not eating excrement. They're eating regurgitated.
Yes, they're eating regurgitated, but it just it just always reminds me of it when I talk about like parent care with that sort of stuff, like birds.
Oh, like baby birding. Yeah. No, this is just for them. The larvae do it too. So the larvae will hunt and then do this same sort of like eat, regurgitate, liquefy process.
Multi-stomach.
Yeah.
Not quite stomach thing. And then once it's juicy enough,
then they just swallow this.
They just swallow it to the next stomach down.
Yes.
Not quite stomach down, gut
where
down.
It can be fully processed. So the nutrients can be absorbed once it gets into that mid foregut. Yeah. So
do birds have
birds have a crop.
What is it? Crop. And you said that with crickets as well. They have kind of a
grasshoppers. So here's the difference here is when you're digesting animal protein, which is what they're eating, that is a little easier to break down. Even considering we're talking about things like exoskeletons, which they just discard. They don't want that. When you're processing plant matter, breaking the cell walls of plants is very difficult. So having that crop, and the crop usually contains stone or some kind of like hard substance to grind. It grinds that. Make a little grinding motion with my hands. Sorry, listen.
Coffee grinder it up.
When I teach, I tend to use I try to use like visuals and hand motions for stuff. But
I'm very handy. So
so you need that like crop before everything else to start grinding, and then once you get into that foregut, you're getting digested enzymes mixed into it as well. So when you're dealing with animal protein, you don't need the crop because animal cell walls are much easier to destroy than plant cell walls.
Right. And that's why cows need to eat so much grass.
Yeah, they eat a lot of grass, and then they've got the four-chambered stomach. It's doing all the kind of the same thing as this four.
It's like high effort, low reward calorically.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Cows, goats, sheep, all those guys do it. And there was another animal who did it where I was kind of like, oh, well, that's kind of weird. But anyway,
thing?
Yeah, but anyway, most
deers do.
Yeah, deer. But so that's why they do it, and that's why they don't need the crop, because they don't need that extra plant cell step. Pretty neat, right? These like really specialized ways to get as much nutrients from whatever.
I know I gave him a hard time about like there's got to be an easier way, you guys, but that's like just my my eat things once bias that I have.
yeah, look at you. Look at your eat once privilege.
Look at my stomach acid. Who do I think I am? So
we have incredible stomach acid that does all this work for us.
It's pretty wild when you think about it, that we're all just walking around with like a gut full of like pretty heavy duty acid,
Yes.
honestly. Just like inside us. If we could figure out how to spit that, we'd be unstoppable.
Oh man. I'm uh I'm glad I don't have to regurgitate my
Yeah.
food. It seems very inconvenient and
It does. It feels like a lot of time is spent.
not great on a date. Like, how are you supposed to?
Oh, well, if it was normal, if we all did it,
Oh, I
it would
guess
just be
so.
seen as typical. But if you alone did it, I can see how that would be
Oh God, it's just me. Don't put
off-putting.
that evil on me. I don't want to. I don't want to wake up tomorrow and have to chew.
Well, unfortunately, Kelly, you've developed what we call cuditis, and now you have to chew this cud. And you're
Oh
like,
man,
no thanks. I guess I'm eating only smoothies now.
smoothies from here on out.
Get
Protein
me a
shakes forever.
membership to the Jamba Juice.
Do those still exist?
They're Jamba now. They've dropped the juice.
Oh, really?
Just Jamba. There's several companies that have done that lately where they've changed their official name to the thing we all call it anyway.
I think part of it is so they can sell things that aren't just the juice, right? Like you can just make it
That's a good point.
a little
Now
cafe.
I can serve egg sandwiches.
Yeah, that no one
Whatever.
wants, that no one asked for. Yeah.
Everyone's like, I'm here for the juice. All right. I'm here to pretend I'm being healthy while drinking down 400 calories of sugar water. All right.
Water. Well, if you were a Devil's Coach Beetle, you would make your own juice out of whatever it is you've been
delicious.
On.
Well,
bug juice.
Yeah, it's bug juice, which
protein, high protein,
high protein, and not the exoskeletons. They're not bothering with all that.
Nah, exoskeletons just
cracking you open like an egg.
Yeah, you don't need that. And worm skin. Don't forget the worm skin.
That one's wild to me. Like, how do you
skin a worm?
What is that? That's a horrible sentence.
I regretted it the minute it came out of my mouth.
Well, I'm just imagining imagine you're a kid and you're flipping over rocks looking for worms and you find a worm, but it's just the skin of the worm. Empty like a sock. Horrifying. You'd be like, what has caused this? Again, I have no
it's like my favorite my favorite horror movie of all time, Alien, where they just find like the skin of the baby. Yeah. Of the xenomorph.
Yeah. Alien. When I first met my husband, he had only seen Aliens and I had only seen Alien. So
weird.
He only ever saw
How did he just see the sequel? That is
isn't that weird? And someone had just shown it somewhere and he was like, oh, okay. Apparently he had no idea. It was like they did a good enough job of setting up the story that he was like
still incredible. Yeah.
So it's one of the stronger movie franchises with a strong second act, if that makes sense.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Not all of them do.
I'm not seeing anything about earthworms molting.
They don't molt. The Devil's Coach Beetle
leaves
their skin behind. It's disgusting.
I'm not paying close enough attention. Thanks.
That's all right.
No problem.
He opens it up like an envelope and scoops it out.
Really, it probably just leaves little hunks of skin behind, not a whole.
Yeah, not the whole. It's funnier if you imagine the whole.
But it's funny to think about it like a sock.
But I'm sure it's chopped up because that's lunacy to think that anyway, we'll have to do earthworms someday because their body anatomy baffles me. Like I have no idea how that works.
Yeah, I'd be okay with that.
Does he have a tiny mouth? I don't even know. It doesn't seem that he does, but surely
he does have a tiny mouth.
Oh my gosh! See, I'm already. Anyway,
episode over. They have a tiny mouth. We're wrapped up.
He's slimy and he has a tiny mouth. But no, he's got that like Band-Aid thing that like travels around his body. It's wild.
Yeah,
I don't understand.
There's a reason for that. Yeah. Well, we could do a word just for you, Amanda. We could do a word.
Thanks. I'm not sure I really want to know what his Band-Aid's up to anyway. So.
I love that you call it a Band-Aid.
It looks like a Band-Aid. That's what child me always thought it was. Like, why has he got this Band-Aid?
So the Devil's Coach Horse Beetle. What an episode, friends who are here listening. What an episode. There is a Devil's Coach Horse Beetle in New Zealand, and it's a different species. So in case we have New Zealand listeners, this might be confusing for you. I think we do have some New Zealand listeners. I have seen on our
data.
Yeah, I've seen the data. We have a little
You
map,
see the
which
numbers?
is awesome. Yeah. Hello to our friends in New Zealand. You guys do have the same name, but it's a different genus. It is still a rove beetle. It's the same family as the little guy we're covering today. New Zealand is Criophilus oculatus, probably oculatus because it's Latin. So that last A is going to be up. Let's see. So they do kind of the same thing. You've got those that stink, the stink glands, and that nice C shape it makes when it's threatened. Except your I couldn't find like a good description of what our Devil's Stagecoach beetle funk smells like. But apparently the one in New Zealand smells like rotting fish, which is yeah.
Yeah, there's something about fish.
It's a horrible smell.
Even
Yeah,
in fish stick form, it's not great.
I can't do fish.
I know you're
in
anti-fish here.
Oh, I'm anti-eating fish. I love fish in the wild. Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
Full
That's true.
supporter of living fish. Yes.
Maybe that's all it is. 6-year-old you was like, I'll never eat fish because the fish are our friends, and I'll never eat a fish.
Love
and you've forgotten why, but you've remembered the feeling of not wanting to eat fish.
And like weird flashback and this will age me, but if anyone remembers that under the water the fish don't stink from a little cartoon called Bobby's World. That is
the only thing I remember about Bobby's World, that the older brother was named Derek, I believe. So that was direct to my life, right?
Yes.
There's one episode. I remember the mom used to say, "Don't you know?" all the time. And
yeah, don't you know? Yeah.
So charming as, a little child. Like, why did she say it like that? That's so funny. But there's one episode where Bobby falls in the pool and he can't swim because he's just a little boy. He can't swim.
Mm-hmm.
And he's at the bottom of the pool. And then his brother dives in and saves him and pulls him out. And he spends the rest of the episode being like, "Thank you for saving me," to his brother. His brother's like, it was just what anyone would have done. Okay, just leave me alone. He sings this song called "I Was at the Bottom of the Pool."
Oh, I kind of remember that song. Yeah.
Stuck in my head all these 30 years. Just, I was at the bottom of the pool.
Well, this is why I have like under the water the fish don't stink. Because that was one of the songs. Yeah, just in my head. So sorry everyone for that little aside. Because as soon as I read that, it like went into my brain.
Your hindbrain was like, remember the fish of the water fish's name.
But I will say the cool thing about the Devil's Coach horse beetle in New Zealand is they're usually the first to arrive on something dead, like a carrion, a carcass. Mm-hmm. And they're not there for the carcass, Amanda. They're there for the bugs who have come for the carcass.
Oh my gosh. It's a trap. Because I was going to say, because we talked about with There Will Be Bugs, shout out. We talked to them about, now I can't remember the name of the gosh darn bug we talked about with them. That's embarrassing. I'm not going to look.
I could help you, but I feel like I'm watching like a slow train accident right in front of me.
Yeah. The time, it blurs together, It all means nothing, and yet it all means the same.
I never know how many episodes we've done or how many we have left.
What order they're going to be released in.
No clue. I don't know if that makes me a bad podcaster.
Burying beetle. He buries things.
Yeah, the
burying beetle. Okay, sorry. So we talked about with There Will Be Bugs. Shout out to There Will Be Bugs with the burying beetle and how they showed up and tidied away. They tidied away. But these guys don't share crossover with them, do they? So because you could in theory have the burying beetle stealing the carrion away while the other bugs are being hunted, and you're like, if you're that middle bug, it sucks to be you. Sorry.
That would be very
you showed up for a delicious
very
snack.
Funny.
The burying beetles have already taken it, and then you get eaten. You're the delicious snack now.
Yeah, they're not related at all. They're two very, very different families. They're only related in as much as they're beetles.
Yeah, I just meant like if they shared territory.
Oh, they should. Well, they're probably sharing. They're probably both on that carrion.
That's what I'm saying. That's
yeah.
Place pretty to go for a middle bug. If you're not a big boy beetle, You gotta get out of there.
Yeah.
But no, that's wild that
I, I
they're
thought that was cool.
so they
They feed on carrion feeders. Yeah.
so they don't come they something has died and they're like, sweet, something has died, and all the other bugs are like, sweet, something's died, let's go eat it. And
Mhm.
meanwhile Stagecoach is like, I'm imagining the bugs eating and then getting just like whoosh, ninja vanished whoosh, away because
One by one,
one by one
grabbed by
like
these giant pinchums and just cut in half like a horror movie. Yeah.
just missing.
God.
Wow.
Yeah. It's
That's
pretty
interesting to
cool.
me. It feels very circle of life where like
Hmm.
this eats that and this eats that. And then I assume a bird is at the top of that for if you're a bug. You don't know beyond the bird if
A
you're
bird or a fox or some kind of rodents.
yeah.
They're all happy to eat bigger bugs
Yeah.
anyway. So that's kind of like the overview of the bugs themselves. Otherwise, they have like kind of like classic, classic beetle stages. Eggs are laid. It's like 30 days for them to hatch. I mentioned the larvae are active hunters. They go through 3 larval instars
So the
before
larvae are
pupating.
so are the larvae little
Oh
versions
yeah, yeah.
of their parents the way that like
Kinda, yeah.
a
They look really
dragonfly
similar.
larva more or less looks like a
I
dragonfly.
think
Yeah,
there
yeah.
we go.
Okay.
Derek's got a
He's
photo.
not dissimilar from his parents there.
He's got a longer, more grub-like abdomen, I'd
Yeah.
say. No like
No elytra
little
or anything. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
wings.
Just streamlined down without those adult markers. Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
No, the worm. His band-aid. Oh, this worm is oh, he's there it is.
He's
There
getting
it
them.
is.
Look at him taking on a big worm
I was
too.
about to say this is like a Dune-esque scene I'm witnessing right here. The earthworm is huge compared to
Oh yeah.
this whittle guy. And is he gonna win this fight?
He's probably just gonna take a bunch of chunks out.
Well, and
Take
maybe
out chunks. That worm will probably
well, I
keep
think he
going
already
about
has.
its
There's like a
day.
little bloody spot up at the top.
There's some stuff going on.
There's
Yeah,
a
it
lot happening in
is.
this photo. Yeah.
I love invertebrates. I love all wildlife. I don't love a close up of a worm. It's
Really
just
interesting. I don't mind a close up of a
yep.
worm. Although might feel differently if it was moving. The undulating is just, it's
Oh, that bothers you.
It doesn't bother me, but I can see how it would bother people, if that makes sense.
I think I don't like that it's flesh colored.
That's fair.
If it had any other
Yeah.
color, and I would
It's
be
making your
less
this is
weird
unsafe
about it.
brain trigger, huh?
It looks like a finger almost. I guess at this close up,
It looks a little
it's a little
it's a little gutty. It's a little gutty. It looks like someone has
intestine,
dropped
perhaps.
their intestines on the ground.
Yeah.
I can see, because so many of our fears have like rational backups to them, right?
Yeah.
And
I mean, I've
it
handled
makes
plenty of worms. It doesn't make me not pick them up, but I don't.
I just don't love it.
It's not my favorite thing to do. But yeah. So he's going to take a couple chunks out of that worm, and kind of go about his day. Let's see. Oh, and the adults. So adults can live for about 2 years, and which is unbug-like for some of our other examples, but they tend to diapause over winter, so it gives them like another more time.
Yeah.
And we usually go over some culture stuff when applicable. And this little guy, full of interesting culture, sort of. I was going to say sort of, but no, I think it is pretty cool. So in medieval English belief, they thought that this beetle was the devil. Like the devil took the shape of this beetle to carry away the corpses of sinners. Pretty cool. It's pretty metal.
Is he huge when he does this? Or is it like
they did not specify?
He's just doing it one little chunk at a time.
Maybe because he's the devil, he's really strong and he can just grab your toe and
that's true.
Drag you. Who knows?
Scarier if he's big.
Who knows? Oh, like a giant beetle?
Yeah.
Also, in English folklore, if you crush him, You will be relieved of 7 sins. But don't do that. Leave these guys alone.
Don't
No
crush
crush,
him.
please.
He didn't do anything to you. You leave him,
He did
you
nothing.
and your sins out of this, all right?
Your sins are your problem,
Your
not this beetle's. If you believe in that stuff,
This
go
is
to a
drinking
church.
unicorn blood stuff that we just can't
Leave
get.
this little guy alone.
At what cost?
And apparently also English folklore, again, because these guys are like the largest rove beetles in England, so they get some top press. They were believed to be at the core of Eve's apple.
Ew.
But they wouldn't be, because
They wouldn't be.
they're
That
active
much more likely to be
hunters on the soil.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not going to be in your apple. So that just tells me whoever wrote that folklore doesn't understand the ecology of this beetle very well. But that's okay. How dare they? How dare they? And that they're pretty helpful in olive orchards. So there's a fruit fly called the olive fruit fly, and it likes to eat olive fruit. They have their pupa or the pupae in the soil, and if the olive orchard has like a good amount of this species of rove beetle in the orchard, they eat a lot of the fruit fly pupae, and then they have better olive yields. So they're friends. They're not dragging your corpse off or your soul off. They're buddies who are helping us get more olive oil. They're good guys.
Doing the Italian hand for the listeners.
Amanda is making culturally insensitive hand gestures. Oh yeah, there he is doing his little sea butt.
I'm trying to figure out how to incorporate this sea pose here without.
It's very cool looking. Very cool. So if we're thinking about superpowers while you draw, flight, they can fly. They don't really, but they can.
That seems to be the case
with flying.
I can, but I don't really want to.
Big heavy beetles are bad at flying, so it's more like they launch themselves into the air, and then whatever happens. I don't know if I'd call that flight.
They're doing the best they can. It's really just assisted jumping at some point.
Yeah, they're working on it. Stinky. They smell pretty bad. Powerful bite. So they are. You don't want to get bitten by those big chompums. And they do this little pose to look like a scorpion, so things won't mess with them. So we can call that deception. And maybe for a superhero, they could have acid spit of some kind because of the digestive enzymes. They can't spit it, but they regurgitate it. It'd be. I just pictured some poor hero drooling because it's not like a spit situation. Right. It's just a gross regurgitation. But what are your thoughts on what kind of hero or villain?
So there's this subclass of there's specifically there's one hero I'm thinking of, and I believe he's occasionally not a hero, but sometimes he is. And his name is Gentleman Ghost. And he is both a ghost
and never heard of this.
You've never heard of Gentleman Ghost? He's on several episodes of Batman, the Brave and the Bold. You know, he shows up every now and then.
Let's see, this is DC.
This is DC, sorry.
That's probably why I haven't heard of him. Yeah.
I believe there's a Marvel equivalent because, like, I think Deadman probably the Deadman or no, because I think Deadman's also DC. Anyway, but there's just Gentleman Ghost. I'm gonna quick. Derek can supply a picture when he feels up to it. But he's basically just a floating cloak and hat. Because he's a gentleman.
Like the Invisible Man?
Yeah, kind of, but he's also a ghost. He's a ghost.
Oh, okay.
Producer Derek is attempting to get it up there, I think. I think I'm being strongly influenced by that. I'm being strongly influenced by you said that thing about the elytra. Yes, there he is, the Gentleman Ghost. He's got a monocle, no head, just a hat.
Oh, I love you as a monocle. That is something.
I think that vibe is very strong here. I think I'm going to go with the coachman look because I think the coachman look is. You mentioned specifically that the elytra had that like Victorian half cape, and I, because of who I am, just happen to know that a lot of coaches did wear that sort of this pleated look. I'm gonna.
Oh yeah.
So I gotta go with that just because it seems so, cleanliness.
I love in this small comic that producer Derek shared with us, that it is an image like Amanda described of this
Imagine a
ghostly
Victorian
figure, no head, monocle.
He's got a cape.
But one of the characters in it says, "The gentleman ghost, Jim Craddock, stand-up guy."
Great skill set for our situation.
Stand-up guy. Yeah.
He's a gentleman and he's a ghost. You don't need to know more about the character than that. That's all you need to know. He's a gentleman and he's a ghost. Craddock. Jim Craddock, he says. All right. But yeah,
very fun.
I feel like they're underutilizing gentleman ghosts at all times. You're like, but what if he had a whole movie to himself? Still not enough gentleman ghosts.
I've never heard of this character, but I'm loving him. I'm loving him already. I love a gentleman.
Firmly C-list. Does not show up a lot.
If we have any listeners who really love that DC lore, please send us a message. Yeah, are you a gentleman ghost fan? We want to know. What's your favorite gentleman ghost comic? Because I would be inclined to read it. So someone send us an email and tell me. I really want to know. I'm serious. I'll find it and I'll read it. Because this character looks fantastic.
So
in a way that only DC characters could be fantastic.
They are. I think there's a kind of a cruel irony that DC's characters are oftentimes a lot more fun than Marvel characters, even though Marvel as an overall arc, I think, is a funner universe. They have more fun with it, if that makes sense. But there's a lot of DC characters that aren't bogged down. They're like, but how does that work? You're like, don't worry about it. He's a ghost.
Doesn't matter.
So to differentiate from Gentleman Ghost, I'm being biased here because he has the name Devil in his name. Should he be a villain or a hero?
Yes. I think villain.
I think he has to be a villain. I think he has to drive the devil's stagecoach and snip you away at any given time.
He does feel like a comic book villain, doesn't he?
Yeah.
A little bit.
He feels a little bit like there would be a Victorian setting, right? Maybe with our peppered moth, the children. And maybe he's stealing the children before peppered moth can save them. It feels a little bit like
definitely part of the same universe. Yeah.
I'm gonna send you guys some pictures real fast.
Okay.
But like he's the devil's footman, feels a little bit like Victorian whispers of like, the underground.
Yeah.
Crime. He's the devil's footman. No one knows who he really is. He's just the devil's footman. And Sherlock Holmes comes.
These pictures are being sent to your phone.
Has Derek encountered this fella?
Oh yeah.
There he is next to Willie. No! Willie Bear!
Man, he's really getting Willie Bear.
Oh no! I hate this. My friend. I was like, oh look, my friend Willie Bear is here. No, he's there. But they got him.
Also a video. Oh man.
No. Derek, why would
run.
Run, Willie Bear.
Run, Willie Bear. I guess we will show these on the Instagram.
Not too upsetting to lovers,
but it could be upsetting. Yeah, for folks who love Willie Bear. But this is
no.
Oh yeah, if you zoom in, actually, if you zoom in on one of the pictures where the Willie Bear is all the way at the bottom, if you zoom in, you can really see how big the mandibles are on the beetle.
Okay, hold on, I'm looking.
But poor little Willie Bear.
Oh yeah, here we go.
Doesn't stand a chance.
Oh yeah, those are some big chompers.
Very big chompies, yeah. Poor Willie Bear.
Oh, I hope.
But look at how big the beetle is also compared to the
because Willie Bears are decently sized.
Yeah, and the stagecoach beetle
He's not afraid to
is
take down a guy who's bigger than him. He'll take anybody. He'll take you all together.
he is not a gentleman.
Or a ghost.
Or a ghost. Poor little guy. Poor woolly bear. Our best pal.
Yeah, basically the mascot of the podcast. Whoa.
The mascot of the pod getting wrecked by Devil's Coach Horse Beetle.
Just adding some accoutrement here.
I can't wait to see this one. I say that every episode. I'm always excited to see the drawing.
I don't have a reason to justify him holding a stagecoach whip other than stagecoachmen are like always shown with a whip. Oh well. Stink it is.
But give him the whip, and maybe the whip is really smelly.
Oh, he whips you with his stink whip?
Yeah. Yeah, just as part of the lore, because you can't really draw that, but part of the lore is that whip is stinky.
Stinky, stinky, stinky whip. He's got the stinky. A stinky, stinky, stinky whip.
I approve of your stinky whip song, Amanda.
Thank you. It's appropriate for the podcast because I believe it is El Cucaracha. The cockroach. I don't know the rest of the words.
I don't. Is it like skittering across?
Yeah, it's something about like here he is. I want to know.
I don't know. You know.
Have you ever looked up hearses from Victorian era? They're
no.
They're cool. There's some cool ones. Well, because if you were important enough to like need a hearse that like went through town, they want to be able to see you in the hearse. So there's a lot of like glass coffin hearses.
Oh, are they like glass topped?
Yeah, they're cool. Ooh. Like I believe Victoria went through London in a glass hearse, so everyone could see. Like, yeah, she's really dead. We're not just making it up. I think Albert did too.
Wow, these are really cool looking.
They're very like some of them are very steampunk. It's pretty cool.
Wow. Yeah, listeners, take a second and Google Victorian hearse because
feel free to Google.
It's pretty neat looking. So, Amanda, you seem to know a little bit about this, or a lot bit about this. So not everyone got a hearse ride. It was only the wealthy.
Well, if you wanted like a proper hearse ride. The fact of the matter is that if you didn't have money, a lot of times you were, I don't want to use the word chucked, but you were not taken care of post-death. Like if
chucked sounds correct though, I guess.
Yeah. Like a lot of people's search into their ancestry ends at, and we don't know what happened to his body. There's no grave to visit. Because I mean, you're talking London. Where do you
which is a pretty
right
rough,
and a ton of public parks are public parks now because they're on top of formal burial sites, which means you're not allowed to build a building on it.
So you just make it a park.
So you just
are there gravestones at these parks, or is it just
New York has one? New York has one that used to be a cemetery and is now a park.
Oh, green. Is that green something? Yeah, it's huge. I haven't been to it. I've always wanted to go, but it's kind of
that sort of.
It's a pretty. New York is bigger than people think it is, and it would take me quite a long time to get up there.
I heard a stat about it lately about how big it, like how the square mileage of New York, and it's like something crazy. Like what? Yeah,
it's huge. It's
like
for me to get to Brooklyn is over an hour. Even though it's only a few miles away, it just and that's by subway. But yeah, New York is large. New York City we're talking about. I mean, New York State is yeah. I keep forgetting sometimes I should be more specific than I am. We also here in my area just refer to New York City as the city. That's it. It's just called the city.
The Big Apple. I just watched this thing last night. I like Try Guys. I'm a Try Guys fan. and they have a series where they just are in a random town. I assume they're there for other reasons, like being on tour or whatever. But then they have to do like a scavenger hunt in the city. And I watched the New York one last night, and one of the special tasks that you could earn points for was giving away apples because you were in the Big Apple. It was pretty funny. People were like, "Why are you giving me this apple?" Like the New York suspicion of like, "What's wrong with this apple?" They're like, I'm just giving away apples.
Yeah, I would never accept a free unwrapped food from anyone as a.
It was pretty fun. The special task.
Well, I mean, if you recognize them, but I imagine I don't know what the Try Guys look like, so
exactly.
Yeah.
The Philadelphia special task was to make someone say "Go Birds," and you got points every time someone said "Go Birds."
I think that's pretty easy. It's a pretty easy one.
I absolutely say "Go Birds" back. But yeah. He needs like a cool like neckerchief holder.
Oh yeah.
Like a brooch pin. But I don't know what shape. Like a skull? A skull? Or a devil?
A skull would be cool. Is he wearing an ascot?
Yeah, I want to hold his ascot on there with a big old like bejeweled devil.
Bejeweled skull with red eyes, red ruby eyes.
Always good. He's kidnapping orphans all over town.
Yeah, maybe think of the devil in human form, human Victorian form, right? Or the kind of guy who would drive his coach. Yeah. Imagine that's your eternal punishment. You have to drive the devil around in a stupid Victorian coach.
He's like a horrible passenger. Yeah. Horrible. He's always throwing up back there. He hates the music you put on.
He shows up drunk and vomits in your back seat every time.
Horrible. You can't get the smell out.
You never have the right kind of bottled water he's looking for, and he throws a fit about it.
Formerly sparkling water that has since gone flat.
Yeah. With a hint of lemon.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Like fresh lemon though. You have to have the lemons in the car with him.
Oh. And that's your eternal punishment. Be the devil super. It's rough.
I'm gonna make him a little bit taller and skinnier because he's kind of a big bug. Plus, being tall and skinny, very scary.
Okay, for some reason, a tall, skinny man. Well, David, just picture David Tennant while you're drawing. While you're drawing him.
I love his friendship with Michael Sheen, though. It's so funny.
It is funny. They did a thing over, I think it was over the pandemic, where they recorded their FaceTimes.
Very
good. They were very cute. I love a good friendship.
That's more than anything. I just love when two guys are friends.
It's a good role model for men to know that it's wonderful for you to have a deep, close friend like that, and everyone should have one. And it's cool. So
friends.
Have some friends, guys. Get friends. Get a friend, share your fears and hopes and dreams with that friend. It's good for you. It's healthy. Instead of that, we got a podcast. And we just share it with the whole world.
I've had the same set of friends my whole life. The thought of making a new friend is wild to me. I just make friends of my other friends' friends, you know what I mean?
I occasionally meet someone and I'm like, oh, I would love to be this person's friend. They're really cool. And then I'm like, how do I even start that process?
You're my most recent friend, and we have a podcast.
And we became friends because we started
every weekend for 3 hours. Yeah.
I'm happy for it, Amanda.
My life is enriched. Awesome. By no means am I upset about this development. All right, I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need. I need to put some sort of something devilly here. Some sort of implication that he's stinky.
Classic cartoon stink lines.
So. Maybe I'll have him holding a little bit of garbage. I'll put a I'll put a secret knife here in this hand that you don't see at first.
Oh, nice.
Because he's a cloak and dagger man.
Secret knife.
Coming out of his little pocket here. His stagecoach pocket. He's delivering the mail. And it's full of sins. Unfortunately.
It's full of sin mail.
Unfortunately. You smell him long before he comes. You're like, what's that smell in the air? It's the stink of the coachman. He's here for my soul.
The stink of the coachman. I hope so. Yeah, you really smell him coming.
Now,
like, oh man,
the coachman's here.
I guess it's my
Nothing I
time.
can do.
I can
There's
smell
nothing
him
I
coming.
can do. All right. Well, he's not doing much, but he's here.
Let's see him.
Let me toss him into the cord.
All right, I'll wait for Derek to put it in the recording screen so I can be surprised.
I save a copy. Make it a JPEG. A JPEG, because so I can share it. PSD files do not work. I don't know why it's stuck in my head, but it really, really is. The file save is it's just under Feb bug because I didn't know. I didn't know what it was gonna be.
Oh, you didn't know what it was gonna be. Oh, nice. Very nice. Yeah. Perfect little caplet cape.
I'm going to send you a picture real fast that I thought was very funny. Hold on. You could just use this image instead. I don't even need to be here if you have this image. And I've moved on to a new dancing. I believe that's Jumping Beans song. Only slightly related to what I was saying before. All right, hold on. I got to put this in the cord as well.
Oh yeah, producer Derek is suggesting ominous clouds of stink.
Yeah. The stink of death on him. Like he just emerges. There's the fog parts, the fog of stink, and there he is.
Ghostly.
You don't know where he is until he emerges from the clouds.
Well, out of and if you did draw the whole coach, it would have to be being pulled by these beetles.
Feel free to imagine that at all times.
That's yes. Giant, like horse-sized
beetles,
rove beetles. How many legs would you give this guy?
Well, hold on. I'm adding clouds of stink, and for some reason, it's really taking a lot of my brain power. I think he's cool because he's got a cool name, and I think the waiting around for other bugs to show up thing so you can ambush them is really cool.
The New Zealand version.
Think that is a level of like predation that's really interesting. But as far as like the actual bug, I feel like he doesn't do anything particularly special to him.
Other than the
cud chewing. More gross than anything. But it's fine. Hold on. I'd give him a solid. I'd give him a 3 out of 6. I think he's fine. I think he's middle of the road fine. Nothing wrong with him. He doesn't come and try to whip away my soul. Although apparently maybe he does. He might.
He might. He might. I'm uncomfortable with a 3 out of 6. I do think for him giving us the chance to talk about the bolus and how that works on the podcast is pretty cool. It's probably something most folks haven't thought about with bugs. We did get to talk a little bit about insect digestion and feeding. But I like how shiny I think he's black, but he's a really interesting kind of black color. I like active hunting. That's always kind of cool. His little stubby elytra are kind of cute. I don't like him eating woolly
I don't
bear.
like that either.
That makes me upset. So, but 3. I think 3 out of 6 is fair. Yeah.
Okay, hold on. I'm making some stink cloud edits here. This does make him scarier, I will grant you. Especially if I know that they stink. He stinks of industrial revolution. How much of my clicking noises does Derek edit out? Click, 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 click. Oh,
I actually
really?
can't hear it.
Far enough away.
For me,
It
it's not
probably
coming
gets
up.
filtered in
Yeah,
those like make your voice sound nice filters. Here we go. Hiya! Also, he has like an unspeakably deep voice for no reason.
Oh yeah, nice stink clouds. Yeah, he's coming in. Yeah, it does look at now he's emerging from a fog. I like it. I can't wait for that to be all colored in. Yeah, he would have a very deep voice.
I need to pull up the Victorian children.
Oh, you know who I'm picturing? Patrick Warburton.
Oh, Patrick Warburton. He doesn't play a lot of villains.
Give him a Patrick Warburton voice, yeah.
But Patrick Warburton is funny because I feel like he doesn't get a lot of villain roles. He he's Kronk. He's the Tick, which we haven't covered. We need to do a Tick episode.
Yeah.
Just about like how the Tick isn't a Tick at all. At all? At all?
Oh. Well, and I love him on Venture Brothers.
Oh yeah, he is in Venture Brothers. Yes, as the like curly-haired spy guy.
He's just great. I love Patrick Warburton and Elaine's boyfriend in Seinfeld. He's just awesome. He's great. I guess you want to close this out, buddy?
Well, if you have sins you need to confess and squish a bug over, we suggest that you don't do that. You come talk to us on the Reddit instead. Or on Instagram. Or on Blue Sky, Facebook, all the places. You can find us. We're out there. BugsNeedHeroes.com. You can see the art for this and all the other episodes. I don't know how many people are checking out the art on the websites or if you're just waiting for it to come to Instagram. I don't know. I don't know you. I don't know your life. But I do know that I love you. So I'll see you next time. Love you. Bye. Bugs Need Heroes was created by Derek Conrad and Kelly Zimmerman. Hosted by Amanda Niday and Kelly Zimmerman. Bugs Need Heroes is produced and edited by Derek Conrad, with some assistance from Chelsea Bodden and a few cats. Character art is by Amanda Niday. Our music is Ladybug Castle by Roll Music. Got a bug question? Email us at bugsneedheroes@gmail.com. Check us out at bugsneedheroes.com, and most of the socials are under Bugs Need Heroes. Thanks for stopping by. So you have to do. Connor was listening to the other day and he was like, "Why are you so aggressive about the I love yous at the end?" And I was like, "I just need them to know."
We need them to feel, I want all of our folks to feel supported and loved. It's true.